Hello my beautiful people, welcome to your weekly general taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. So these readings are for the general energies, trends and themes for the whole week that everybody is going to be experiencing in some way, shape or form. So every week I will go into my intuition and I will ask for an intuitive message, and from that I kind of put that as like the overarching energy, trend or theme for the week. Sometimes world events will show up here. Sometimes it will be, more like a spiritual coaching message, as some people have called it, or Raf's weekly sermon, I think someone put in the comments, which I always thought was awesome. With that said, I wish you all an abundance of all of that good stuff, and I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us all on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So the Destiny card from the Human Design Oracle deck this week is the Gate 5 and Patience. Before we get to that, I'm going to share with you the intuitive message. So this week what I saw was, I saw a woman, she was on a snowboard, and she'd kind of like, you know when they jump into the air and they kind of like catch some air time, she just looked so at peace and she had this massive smile on her face. And what I took from that was, exult in your joy whenever you can. So whatever it is that you do, whether it's a small thing, whether it's a large thing, whether it's, tiny, whether it's elaborate, whatever it is that brings you joy, exult in that this week, right? Allow yourself to truly be in the moment. So yes, for me, sometimes it's reading, sometimes it's creating these videos. Other times it will be in the kitchen when I'm making a cake, or, like I love to bake, obviously. I'm a big fan of baking or being in the kitchen and creating stuff. Just like I am a big fan of creating anything out of like herbal cures and making candles and all of that kind of stuff. I'm such a hobbit at heart, I really am. All of those things really do bring me deep joy, and I can lose myself in them. Very often I'll just put my headphones in and that's it. I just go into that zone, right? So whatever it is that brings you joy this week, exult in that. And the Gate 5 and Patience, so the message behind this card is everything that you need is already on its way or available to you. You just have to have the patience in order for it to show up, right? That's the message behind this. The frog sits on the lily. It doesn't hop here, there and everywhere and get crazy. The toad, should I say. It just waits. There'll be another fly that comes past any minute now. Yeah, got that. There's one meal, right? It will just wait, and it will wait forever if it needs to, because it knows, in sure sort of faith in the universe, it knows if I am patient and I sit still long enough, what I need will make its way to me. And if you're sitting still and you're waiting and you're like, okay, Raph, I'm kind of losing patience at this point, in that case, switch gears and exult in your joy whenever you can, all right? That's one of the ways that you can get this energy moving if it's not quite playing ball for you. How do we best tap into or utilize the energy of that patience? How do we best access our joy, right? Sometimes that's the question, right? We know we're supposed to be joyful and everything's supposed to be da-da-da, but how do I find that? How do I access it? All right, let's have a look. The Ace of Cups, through an open heart this week, right? Through the things that you genuinely love to do, just because you love to do them. With the 10 of Cups, I'm totally here for it. The other thing as well, this is not meant to be a week of solitude, all right? Unless that's come up in one of your other personal readings, like, or maybe in your monthly reading or in your weekly reading. This is not a week to go it alone, all right? Wherever it is that you can find joy in the things that you do with or connected to others, this is a week to lean into those things, absolutely. And then third and final, we've got the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords has been very active recently, and this basically says, with an open heart and with others. Your wishes can be fulfilled if you are patient, but the Queen of Swords isn't just about, she doesn't sit back and wait. She fights for what she wants, right? So you need to find the right way to fight this week, and it will be with this, right? So maybe you're not fighting anything or anyone externally. Maybe you are fighting that urge within you to jump from this lily pad because you're not getting what you want. Sit still, sit with it, take a moment and let it come to you, all right? Sometimes that is the best way. In fact, that's the true message of the Hanged Man. It's not just about self-sacrifice or delays and all the rest of it. Sometimes it's about allowing things to come to you. When we really surrender to when we really surrender to the flow of the current or the river, it will take us exactly where we need to. I wish I'd figured that out like 10, 15 years ago. All right, for your insight cards, if we could see round corners, what would we be finding out? What would we be seeing? That's how I see the insight cards. It's what we can't quite see because it's not happening yet. So we delve into the cards and take a little peek. So with this, you've got the Knight of Cups. So what you can't see is that just around the corner, there is an offer coming in for you that is going to be akin to the meal, to the toad on the lily. You got the Three of Swords. Okay, so in order to have the next thing that's coming in, there is something that does need to be released here. So this could be, you know, maybe you're letting go of one job in favor for another. And then on top of that, you've got the Seven of Wands. So again, this message of exactly what you want or desire is making its way to you, but you have to fight, right? There's something that you have to fight here. And I actually feel like this week, and it's not about fighting with yourself or battling yourself. It's about really saying to yourself, where is it that I'm getting in my own way, and where do I need to fight against that tendency so that it doesn't become a major problem for me? Now, these direction cards, you know, this actually suggests to me that something that maybe you've already fought for is about to materialize. The beauty of the Ten of Cups is that it brings you everything that you want, and it's usually so abundant that you can share it with other people. The insight cards are basically saying to you, there is potentially a self-sabotaging energy in you, or in all of us, right, that needs to be addressed, and it will be addressed this week. It may also be that somebody brings you an offer, an opportunity. Maybe they give you a prize, a present. Maybe they give you some piece of knowledge. And when they do, you're kind of like, okay, I need to do something about this. Why? Because you realize where it is that maybe you've been getting in your own way and blocking your own flow. On the wider world stage, this is going to be a clash of young people, all right? And I really do feel that this is going to be a clash of young people that are speaking up about something that has either been removed from them. So this might be a benefit, it might be a bursary, it might be, and I wonder if this whole thing about forgiving the student loans in America, I wonder if they're going to repeal that. And if they do, I think it's going to cause a lot of noise. All right, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Also on the wider world stage, I think we're going to see a prominent woman rise to a very high position, and it looks like it's happening quickly, but it's actually been quite a long process for her. Be mindful of how, what's the word that I'm looking for? I almost kind of feel like it's going to be one of these, well, you know, we can just do that now, right? We can do that now, and then it will be their thing that they need to deal with. So I'll be intrigued to see how this plays out. Outside of all of that, remember what I said, exalt in your joy whenever you can. Find little moments of pleasure and heaven wherever you can have them, all right? No matter how small or large they are, that's really not in question. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.